Welcome, ancient dreamers, rebel teachers, and sacred masters. Join me as we prepare ourselves to explore the multidimensional nature of waking dreams, lucid dreams, astral projection, and other consciousness explorations. My name is Jennifer Claroscura, and you're listening to the Dream Pioneers podcast. Episode 11. Fear as your friend and ally. Emotions contains the word motion, energy in motion, and energy can be seen many times as a being. Fear comes and goes and always remains silent, sometimes loud, but the more you ignore it and try to distract yourself from it, the more painful it gets. Fear can be painful when you're not paying attention to it, when you're trying to bury it. A long time ago, I befriended fear, and it wasn't until recently that fear came back into my life, as I found myself in 2 weeks of aloneness, my family being away for 2 weeks. As the distractions fell, I could see once again my old friend Fear right next to me. And at first, I too was trying to avoid it, not look at it, and try to walk faster, talk louder, listen to music, internet, TV, anything that would drown out fear. But it became very painful for me, and I stopped, and I said to myself, I asked myself, what can I do to transcend this, to transmute this feeling, to change? And I remembered fear, the being, from a long time ago when I lived alone in a rented room in Brooklyn after my first marriage. I remembered fear was there, and I thought I would die from fear. It's funny now that I think about it, but back then I thought I actually could. And I lay down to sleep that night many years ago, more than a decade or so. And I felt fear. And I felt him as a being. And we were laying down side by side, and I said, okay, I welcome you into my life. And I went to sleep, and I woke up, and I was alive. I did not die. And I started a dialogue with my fear, because it doesn't belong to me. Fear helps me. At that moment that I was open, fear began to show its gifts, its light, and everything changed. Many years later, I find myself in a busy life. I'm a mother, a wife, friend, partner. I work. And I hadn't had time to stop and see if I'd left anything behind. Life is very busy when you're running after a toddler. And finally, when I decided to stop and face fear once again, I remembered how fear seemed to me so many years ago, like a friend, a kind, patient friend that was actually rooting for me. And I wondered why such a being can cause such turmoil. But then I realized it's so linked with the unknown. We assign fear this such a negative emotion when really it is vulnerable and open and at the same time supportive. It really wants to show you the door out of there, the gifts, the light. And so I accepted that. And as soon as I did that, recently, again, I was able to tap into the one that fears inside of me. She had been buried behind the crowd of aspects of me, forgotten in the background of the multitude. And I don't want to leave her behind. I want her to know that everything is gonna be okay. And the doors that fear, my friend, opened are wonderful. And now I can uniquely see from this perspective of the fearful one inside of me. And I began creating from her what she needs. I began to understand what she needs and not just trample, moving forward courageously, thinking that I got it all. I got all my aspects with me, knowing that sometimes I can forget one more. Who knows? So it was good to tap into her. It was good to work with her and show her, and her showing me what helps her move forward, what helps me move forward. Because you can't move forward while you're leaving aspects of yourself behind. You can move forward in a certain way, but then there will be holes in the foundation. So fear has led me back to my foundation, has led me back to aspects of myself that I thought weren't there anymore. But that person inside of me will always be there, and she can also change and transmute and transcend. And so I am very grateful for the gift that fear has given me in these last few days. I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to see from this perspective that is so rare in my life and the busy lifestyle that I lead. I am here to tell you that fear is your friend. Fear is your ally. Tune into the being and start to transcend your emotions. Put your emotions into motion, and everything is going to be just fine. And you will see the doors open, and you will see the windows of opportunity, and know that there is no monster, boogeyman, or enemy. Fear is none of those either. When the presence of fear shows up in your life, that means that a door is right there, and it's trying to show you that. And instead of hiding under the blankets and ignoring it, go look for that door, because that door will move you forward, will take you back into your authenticity, will help you integrate and move forward in the right direction, in the direction that you're meant to go on. It is sort of a course correction, and it is a gift, a present for you. This has been episode 11, Fear as Your Friend and Ally. Thank you for tuning in once again. You can find this podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube. And you can also find me and Dream Pioneers on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. I look forward to interacting with you. Thank you once again. Until next time.